Chelsea, and a little thing I like about the chick.
A summer of soccer standing. Both take that middleman pace. He scored the winner all year. He'd have 10-plus goals. And oh, by the way, he's got some great goal celebrations. He scored the winner against Legion FC early. A summer of soccer rolls on tonight in the Magic City, and Birmingham Legion have a chance to jump into the top 4 in the East with their second straight victory here at home. But standing in their way is a Hartford athletic side with 3 points already collected this week, and the green and blue are looking for more. It's an Eastern Conference clash in the USL Championship, and it starts right now. Good evening from a sun-soaked Birmingham, Alabama. And welcome to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight, featuring Birmingham Legion taking on Hartford Athletic. Up here in our broadcast booth at Protective Stadium, glad to have you with us this evening. Alongside Morgan Copes, I'm Blake Gardner. And Morgan, Birmingham looked awfully good at home here last weekend, while Hartford Athletic coming off a gritty victory just a few days ago.
Absolutely. Both teams getting great results out in their last two games. Legion FC scoring 3 goals, getting a clean sheet. And then Coach Burke, his team grinding it out, getting a 1-0 victory is a huge one for them. They'll look to both take that momentum into tonight.
Hartford, if they want to get a result here on the road, Morgan, it probably starts with that attack getting going, and nobody more important to Hartford's attack this year than Michi Angelino.
Certainly, and he's got pace, he's got power. Coach Burke said earlier this week that if he wasn't for some of the best saves he's seen all year, he'd have 10-plus goals. And oh, by the way, he's got some great goal celebrations. He scored the winner against Legion FC early this year. He can do it for himself. He can do it for his teammates. He is going to be integral in Hartford Athletics' pursuit of 3 points tonight.
Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, they're hoping for more of the same from the reigning USL Championship Player of the Week, Stefano Pino.
Certainly. He scored 2 last week and now leads the team in goals. He starts 15 yards inside his own half for his second goal of the night. Then he has to chase down Tyler Pasher, which is not easy to do. Tyler Pasher rewards him, gives him the easy tap-in, and then he goes and he does some dirty work in stoppage time, picks his head up, plays in Preston Tabor Itaka, who then returns the favor and slides an easy tap-in over for Tyler Pasher to end the night for Legion FC.
Stefano Pino hoping more of those smiles are in for tonight here against Hartford. When we come back to the Magic City, we'll look at each side's starting 11s, plus we'll get things kicked off between Birmingham Legion and Hartford Athletic right after this.
I'm Chelsea, and a little thing I like about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is I think it's just a perfect combination of ingredients. The pepper jack cheese and that spiciness of the sandwich. It's the right type of spice and the right amount of spice. It's crunchy on the outside, but then really tender on the inside. And then obviously the pickles on the bottom are iconic. There are too many things I like about it. I don't know if I can finish the thought.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
I need to try it first.
Season tickets on sale now.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight here in Birmingham. Hartford Athletic taking on Birmingham Legion. Before we get things kicked off, let's get a look at each side starting 11s tonight. Morgan, let's start first with Brendan Burke and Hartford Athletic, who have had to make a couple of changes on short rest.
They have, and we talked about Angelina, but I want to highlight Epps and Hairston, who are 2 boys from Jackson, Mississippi, who were in the national team camp early on in their careers. Certainly are familiar with the humidity and the heat tonight. Be looking to have them have a decent impact in tonight's match as well.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things for Birmingham Legion FC, head coach Tom Zone has made just a couple of changes as well.
Certainly no Cronali tonight. He just had his baby girl. so he won't be in the lineup. So Kavita slides over to right center back. Patterson comes into the lineup. But this is a very strong side for Legion FC. Can potentially go out and put some goals past Hartford.
Birmingham Legion got 3 past Orange County last weekend. Looking for more here this weekend. Look at our referees tonight before we get things going. That's Corbin May, the Oregon native. Gets his 3rd USL Championship match of the year. He's also done quite a bit of work in MLS Next Pro. He is the man in the center of the park tonight. On one touchline, that's Brendan Burke, the 41-year-old head coach, now in his first year at Hartford after spending time as an assistant in Houston. Before that, the head man at Colorado Springs. On the other touchline, of course, Birmingham Legion head man Tom Sohn, who has been the only head coach this Birmingham Legion franchise has ever known. Under his leadership every single season since Birmingham came into the USL Championship since 2019, Birmingham Legion has been in the playoffs. Hot and humid, about what you'd expect for early August here in Birmingham. 86 degrees. Humidity over 60% here in the Magic City as we are just about ready to go. It's the Sprite Chill Kits for Birmingham Legion. It's the typical green and blue for Hartford Athletic. 8th meeting overall between these two sides. The 2nd this year. Enzo Martinez and Birmingham Legion are ready to get things going. Corbin May waiting just a moment before giving us the whistle to get it rolling. And there it is. Enzo Martinez and Birmingham Legion kick things off, and we are underway here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham, as many clubs have started doing, lobbing it forward quickly, just seeing what they can find in the opening seconds of the contest. So it's a throw for Hartford Athletic, who again are working on short rest tonight. We'll see how that impacts the proceedings. As they play in the heat and humidity on the road. Meanwhile, a full week of rest for Birmingham Legion. Legion working in the playoff places coming into the night, knowing a win, a 3-point performance, gets them into the seeds where you start talking about hosting a home playoff game as Dawson McCartney's called for the foul. Free kick conceded here early to Hartford Athletic. Slow to his feet, Joey Apinonu, the man on loan from FC Cincinnati, who's in the starting 11 tonight. Look at our injury report. Dawson McCartney there got his wrist taped up, but he's good to go. For Hartford, nobody officially on the injury report, although they're working with less than a full deck on short rest. Yunus Boudadi had to check out of that Detroit game early on Wednesday. He is not available tonight for Hartford. We understand Anderson Asiadu not quite 100% either, although he did make the bench, the former Legionnaire. Meanwhile, for Birmingham, of course, no Mikey Lopez, no Matthew Corcoran, no Mohamed Bouyatarai, and Steven Nwegbo remains unavailable for selection. And then not injured, of course, but as Morgan said, Alex Cronali not available tonight for Birmingham. He and his wife just welcomed their first child to the world. So Birmingham working without their typical center back in the middle of things tonight. It's a back four. AJ Patterson, Vanwell Kavita in the middle with Derek Dotson and Moses Mensah, the fullbacks. And as Foster tried to take that throw quickly, couldn't get around the first man. Patterson ushers it back to the 37-year-old Matt Van Okel, who became the 3rd oldest player in USL history to notch a clean sheet last time out against Orange County. Scarlett heads the long ball away and finds the danger man, Mishi Ngalina, the man we highlighted off the top. Not quite on the same page that time with Marcus Epps.
It'd be interesting. You see Legion FC already. Kobe Hernandez Foster looking to hit that diagonal ball and get Pasher in behind. He didn't hit that one with enough mustard that time, but Legion FC certainly took advantage of hitting those diagonals last week against Orange County. That's almost a very dangerous giveaway from AJ Patterson, but would look to see them do a lot more of that tonight. They had a lot of success with it. So
Martinez ushers it back to his captain, Vanwell Kavita. As Birmingham try to play through this Hartford Athletic side that have been stout at home, or stout defensively recently. Coming into the night over 240 minutes now without conceding. After a dreadful start to a game at Pittsburgh, they settled in, didn't concede anymore after the opening 30 minutes or so, and then kept a clean sheet at home against Phoenix Rising. Likewise back on Wednesday against Detroit City. Goal scoring still been a bit few and far between, but you can't be leaking goals and also not scoring. Hartford have fixed half of that equation over the past week plus.
Yeah, and Hartford, one thing about them on the road, they do only have one win, that sole win against El Paso on the first day of the season. They concede 1.8 goals per away game and only score 0.4 per away game. Legion FC, on the other hand, they concede 1.6 goals per home game. Only 2 of their 6 clean sheets have been at home, and they only score a goal and a half a game. So take that for what it's worth, but there's certainly an opportunity for both of these teams to step in and potentially score goals tonight.
Hodge lost that out of play near the Birmingham bench. It'll be a throw for the Legion. Derek Dotson having a quick word with his head coach Tommy Sohn before grabbing this ball. Throw it back in play. Dotson, the man on loan from Minnesota United, who has slotted nicely into the starting 11 for Birmingham Legion every single contest since he's come over. This is now 12 for 12 for Dotson, who's added a goal and an assist in that time as well.
Be interested to see how his relationship with Tyler Pasher grows if he continues to show up on the right.
Dangerous ball whipped in from Pasher. It falls for Martinez for a moment before Makangila takes it off him. Work for Beverly Makangila, one of the best defensive midfielders in the USL Championship. Hartford trying to break after an early possession here for the Legion. It's for Hartford to play with it at their feet a little bit. Good composure there from Jordan Scarlett. And Hairston working with Makangila centrally tonight. Hartford able to bring things back under control. 6 wins for Hartford so far this year. As Morgan said, 5 of those 6 at home there at Trinity Health in Connecticut. Haven't been able to take that success on the road with them for large chunks of the year. It was a great start to the year for Hartford. They won 3 of their first 4 to start this campaign, then dropped 5 in a row. They've been scuffling a bit up until recently. Just 8 points from their last 9 contests, but 4 of those 8 points have come from their last 2. It's a much needed win against Detroit. Birmingham enjoyed that result as well, as Detroit is the team chasing Birmingham at the moment with a game in hand. Galena not quite on the same page once again with Epps. It's quickly won back by Kavita and company, and now here comes Birmingham. Dotson trying to go directly to Pasher.
Speaking of Detroit chasing Birmingham, they dropped points in stoppage time at home today against Rhode Island. Goal was scored by a Birmingham native, Clay Holstad. It was an absolute screamer. If you haven't seen it, go take a look.
Rhode Island stay hot. That's now 8 matches consecutively unbeaten for Rhode Island. So we talk Eastern Conference here in the USL Championship. Tyler Pasher and Birmingham continuing to build here, forcing Hartford further back into their own defensive third. Touch here for Moses Mensah, working with McCartney on that side. Cross whipped in, dealt with by Apononu. Farrell under duress, had to get rid of it. Jake Roof locks it down here for the Legion. Here's McCartney into a crowd. Mensah found a half space. Pasher, one touch. Couldn't quite get it to Pino, who went to ground, didn't get the whistle. And Galena chopped from behind. Free kick given to Hartford. Morgan, before this free kick, let's kind of look at each side's keys to the game tonight. Let's start first with Hartford Athletic. How do they get a road result tonight?
They've got to stay organized. And so far, they've done a great job of that. Front to back, they're probably only about 20 to 25 yards, which will be very difficult for Legion FC to break down. But when they win the ball, they need to get at Legion FC early. Hartford Athletic has not lost when they have scored first this year. And then Legion FC, they have to protect protective. We mentioned it last week. They've got to start getting results at home and getting points, and then pour it on. We talked about Hartford Athletic conceding almost 2 goals a game when they're away from home. If you smell blood in the water, if you're Legion FC, you have to take advantage of it and be brutal in your finishing tonight.
Scarlett goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. And Ibarro starts things again for Hartford. Good tackle there from Roof. Wins it back for the Legion. 8 minutes gone so far here at Protective Stadium tonight.
Again, Hartford getting back and getting set in their shape is going to be very important. And when they can slow Legion FC down and win the ball like this, now can they get at them quickly instead of giving it away and having Legion FC coming straight back at them? That will be key in their pursuit of 3 points tonight.
Kobe Hernandez Foster, the vital interception that time for Birmingham, the 22-year-old midfielder. He's been a key cog in the midfield for the Legion all season long. 6th in the USL Championship in chances created. He started every single contest for Birmingham, save one. Here's Enzo Martinez out wide, relocated for a moment, trying to get around a crowd. Got a touch there against Makangila. Roof got it right back to him. Martinez in the area, ping-pongs around. Farrell got just enough of it to disrupt things.
This is where Hartford have to go quickly. That's a great first pass coming out of on the counterattack. Now you have to continue to go vertical and go forward.
Epps trying to beat Kavita. Those two going stride for stride into the corner. Epps trying to turn that corner, could not. And a free kick given. Wow, right on the touchline. It looked like Epps was running out of real estate, but just before he did, Corbin May saying Kavita charged with the shove there and a free kick given.
Hartford Athletic fans will be happy about that one. Of course, Legion FC fans will not. And Tommy Sohn will be thinking to himself, why go and potentially put yourself in a position to give away a free kick right there? It's going to set up almost exactly like a corner.
It's Marlon Hairston, one of those Jackson, Mississippi natives you touched on earlier. Got plenty of MLS experience now in his first season here in Hartford, who is going to take what, as you said, basically functions as a short corner. We'll see what Hartford can do here. First set piece opportunity of the night. Hairston whips it in, doesn't beat the first man. Pino got a head to it. And a second head as well. Directs back out to Hairston. Can he serve it again? Not this time. Galena goes centrally. Kangila keeps it moving. Hartford taking a moment to regain their shape now. Maintain possession while they do so. Galena out wide. Dotson and Pasher both trying to keep him away from the dangerous areas.
It's good defending. Making him play backwards is going to be important. It allows your team to get their shape back, and you keep Galena from getting around or by you.
Number 11 in green, always around the action it seems. 6 goals, 2 assists, those 8 goal creations. Far and away the team lead. He's also second on the team in duels won. He's not afraid to get in there. Mix things up. That time he wins Hartford a throw. We have fresh ball here for Hartford fans. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Offside flag up there against Hodge after he tried to get it back at his feet after putting it in play. Derek Dodson and the Legion will quickly restart things. Approaching a dozen minutes in here in the Magic City. Second meeting of the year between Birmingham Legion and Hartford. First meeting of the year came all the way back in March. 1-0 victory for Hartford Athletic in a wild game. Tons of wind, some rain at times, some freezing rain. The wind played a huge factor. It was at the backs of Hartford Athletic in the first half, and they absolutely peppered Matt Van Okel. This Birmingham back line found a goal there. Pino gets on the end of this one, working towards that corner against Jordan Scarlett. Pino has some support. Hernandez Foster and Pasher is forced backwards. Hartford got an early goal 23 minutes in from Michi and Galena. And they had to defend for their lives the second 45 minutes after Birmingham was playing with the wind at their back. Birmingham couldn't find a breakthrough.
Talking to the coaching staff from both Hartford and Birmingham, they said that may have been one of the coldest games they've ever been a part of. They would have much rather it been snowing than playing in the conditions that they were playing in that day.
I'm sure those conditions felt a little bit better when you get 3 points, as Hartford did. It's just the second win Hartford Athletic have notched against Birmingham. It snapped 4 consecutive wins for Birmingham Legion in the series. So what is in store tonight here as Hartford trying to rebuild once again? Makangila, Scarlets, Hodge. Ingalina working over the top. Kavita to the rescue for Birmingham. Good touch there from Van Oekel and Dotson. Birmingham can build again. Moses Mintz to the left fullback tonight. 9th start of the year for him. He started to see his name in the lineup card a little bit more recently. This is 2 games with 90-minute streak for him coming into the night. Of course, Birmingham fans loving to see number 15 Tyler Pasher back into the starting 11 as well. He had missed a few games with injury, came off the bench Saturday for the final 12 minutes against Orange County. A dozen minutes all he needed for a goal and an assist, and he's in the attacking third here. 1v1 against Ingalina. Pasher picks up his head, finds Hernandez Foster top of the box. Couldn't quite squeeze off a shot.
And interesting enough, Tyler Pasher's lining up on the right for Legion FC tonight, so look to him to cut inside and create for himself instead of do what he did for Pino last week, get down the line and whip balls in.
Still plenty of possession for the Legion. Kavita too strong for the run at Dodson. A goal kick here for Hartford Athletic. Birmingham fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow at BHM Legion. It's at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or download the Legion FC app today. Available in the App Store and Google Play. That's at BHM Legion on social media. We're home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. If you follow the Legion on social media, you would have seen that Birmingham going with the Sprite Chill kits once again tonight. A result like they had last weekend here at home against Orange County. Tyler Pasher's called for the foul, taking down Tristan Hodge.
May have actually been a good thing that Legion FC have the foul here in midfield, because Ingalina was starting to streak towards the corner and would have been 1v1 with Kavita. If you're Hartford, that's what you would like to see. If you're Legion FC, you'd rather see Dodson there. Dodson had stepped up into that space to step to the ball.
For the top on the other side, Shane Beckford trying to track that down, couldn't, and sent it skying into the 12th row here at Protective Stadium.
He's not going to score any goals with that form, but
maybe a bit of frustration for Beckford, who hasn't been all that involved here early. 26-year-old from Jamaica. One of his best games of the year back on Wednesday. Created a goal scoring opportunity, also scored the lone goal. Another guy who spent a good amount of time in Colorado Springs over the last couple of seasons. Of course, it's Brennan Burke, the head man with Colorado Springs Switchbacks for a couple of years before spending a season in Houston and then coming to lead this Hartford project. So you'll see a little bit of this roster for Hartford has some Colorado Springs in their resume, much like Tristan Hodge, who we talked about just a moment ago. Birmingham building for the back once more. AJ Patterson playing that diagonal ball in the direction of Stefano Pino. Hodge does a good job to shield him away from it.
Now, here's the thing. You always talk about when you're playing and you see a ball go out for a throw-in high or deep into your opponent's defensive third, you always see teams try and squeeze them because it's a good opportunity to win the ball and make up some yards. So Coach Stone won't be so upset that they gave the ball away in that situation, because they gave it away in a space that Legion FC, if they do a good job, can win the ball back in a very positive area.
Hartford play the goal kick short. They'll try to build with a little bit of possession. So far, the bulk of the ball has belonged to Birmingham in the opening 17 plus minutes. We're trying to change that just a little bit. Touch for Ingalina centrally before he keeps it moving.
Epps just now, when he was on the ball a moment ago, had found it, drifted in between the lines into space. Had he caught that ball side on, he could have turned and running straight at the back four for Legion FC.
Martinez clattered to the ground by Hairston. Free kick given. Corbin May explaining his decision there to Hairston, who might show a sportsmanship there with Enzo Martinez. Just a tough challenge.
I don't think there's any malicious intent. He may get the ball, but the follow-through does come through and catch Enzo Martinez. So I've never seen a player who's going in for a tackle has come up after giving away a foul and said, I didn't get the ball.
Roof trying to ping that across the park, but not quite on the same page with Dawson McCartney. Birmingham fans, of course, the best place to get Legion FC merch is here at Protective Stadium, but you can also check out all the new gear now at bhmlegion.shop. Again, that's bhmlegion.shop to make sure your outfit is ready to go for the next Birmingham home match here at Protective Stadium. With the Sprites show kits available for purchase now for all sizes and all ages. The 3 kits Birmingham Legion have debuted this year. Approaching 20 minutes gone here at Protective Stadium tonight. Both sides growing their way into this contest. Just the one shot between the two sides to this point.
No real goal threats, no real major interaction in either team's attacking third. That'll suit Hartford as this game goes on. They certainly want this game to be a little bit slower, especially coming off of a short week. You've seen them kind of take their time a little bit apart from this throw-in just now, getting the ball back into play, kind of weathering the storm a little bit. The longer this goes 0-0, potentially the better for Hartford Athletic.
Scarlett under a bit of pressure. He and Hodge trying to work out of danger, and they do.
For those who are expected goals believers, this game as a total so far has 0.01 expected goals.
So not a whole lot generated just yet, is what you're saying. Galena trying to change that here. Kavita beats him to that.
Guess you could say it's better than nothing.
It is better. By 0.01, it's better than nothing.
It is.
Free kick given to Birmingham. Marcus Epps called for the foul there, jumping on the back of a Legion player. Otherwise, Deshane Beckford might have been moving forward.
Off screen, you just see Jake Roof kind of running in front of the back four, drifting in between the lines, trying to find that ball into his feet. And Hartford's doing a very good job defensively of setting up a shape, particularly in Galena. We talked about his ability to go win duels and get after folks. And Tyler Pasher draws a foul here. I'm not sure how much contact was actually made. See it up here, 6 floors above the field. Did not look like it was a ton, but he passed the ball through the legs of Scarlett and tried to go track it down, but free kick to Legion FC.
So free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. It was a pretty sweet nutmeg, though.
It was.
Was it worth a whistle? Maybe. Regardless, Kobe Hernandez Foster and Tyler Pasher giving this a look right in front of their own bench. We'll see what Birmingham Legion and company decide to do here. On their first set piece of the night, Pasher whips it to the back post and out of play. Ibero was back there making sure it went over the end line, which it did.
You could see Tommy Sohn walking behind Tyler Pasher after he takes that free kick right in front of the bench. Certainly Tommy Sohn was muttering a few words of displeasure because you get an opportunity to whip a ball in with no pressure on you. You need to at least keep it in play and give your players a chance to go score, not kick it out over the end line.
So set piece opportunity for either side here early. Neither able to cash in just yet. Midway through our opening 45 minutes here tonight in Birmingham. Barrow, goalkeeper for Hartford Athletic, 34 years young. The Brazilian, nice touch to find Samodia. He gets it right back to his feet, keeps it moving. 14th start of the year for Ribeiro. Both these sides have had their fair share of turnover in goal this year due to some injury, loan spells as well. Ribeiro's been the guy as of late. Really has only missed one game recently, and that was at Pittsburgh after he got a red card against Charleston Battery at home. 2 yellow cards in succession for coming out of his box to argue a foul. He was sent off early and then missed the subsequent game. Other than that, he has been the man in between the sticks for Hartford Athletic. Galena couldn't keep it in tight quarters. Derek Dodson and Tyler Pasher take it off him.
That's the second time in just a matter of 60 or 90 seconds where Galena has received that ball, and Dodson, playing as a right back for Legion FC, has been right behind Galena, not letting him turn. For those of you watching at home who are right backs or left backs even, making sure you can get touch tight to your opponent as he receives that ball, particularly in midfield, is super important because it forces him to either do something very crafty to try and beat you, or he has to play backwards.
Dodson working well with Tyler Pasher this time, squares it, Martinez off the bar.
And I think Ibero may have gotten a touch, especially based on Martinez's reaction, but it'll look like a fantastic save from up here. We'll get a look in just a moment. Here it comes. Great work from Dodson to get across.
I don't think Ibero gets a touch, but it might have glanced off the head of Farrell.
It looked like the spin of the rotation of the ball did change just a little bit, but even if it wasn't touched, I think Ibero had that covered. He had gotten up and got a big paw to that, so fortunate break for Legion FC to not get caught on the counter just now.
Epps was moving quickly, just couldn't get the ball to him, and then that ball over the top for Galena, dealt with by Dodson.
The game is, sorry.
Pasher right back to the feet of Martinez.
And this is what Legion FC will really want to try and take advantage of. Hartford trying to go on the counter, then winning the ball in a good spot, and then turning around and trying to go straight back at Hartford with pace. When that happens, the game gets stretched. It opens up a little bit. It gets a little bit more entertaining for the neutral, but you have to make sure you get vertical, and you get vertical quickly.
Game hasn't been stretched much at all here in the opening 25-plus minutes. Shane Beckford closed down quickly. It'll be a Hartford throw. Guy Enzo Martinez just missing an opening goal by a matter of inches. For 70 goal creations for one of the best attacking players the USL Championship has seen. He wins it back for Birmingham this time. Dawson McCartney waiting for a little bit of support. Still McCartney, who is taken off it by Apinonu. It'll be a throw for the Legion there in that corner. So far, so good defensively for Apinonu, who's got a tough task tonight working against Dawson McCartney, who's done nothing but create goal-scoring opportunities for the Legion over the last month or so. McCartney in his first season in Birmingham. A goal, a couple of assists. Plenty of chances created over his last 4 contests coming into this one.
And if it wasn't for the great play of McCartney, you might see Tyler Pasher line up on the left side and try and whip in service for Pino. But McCartney did his job last week against Orange County, got several services, and Pino looked like a man possessed playing in that game. Looked like he really wanted to score. He got 2 goals and an assist, but that first one, McCartney found him as he made a darting run across the front of goal, and just a really great sequence of play from Legion FC in that game.
Pasher not quite on target there to Jake Roof. Be a throw here for Hartford Athletic. Fantasy USL Summer of Soccer continues on the CBS Sports Network with a rematch from the 2023 USL Championship playoffs. Detroit City FC shocked Players' Shield winner Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They're looking for revenge. August 7th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. In behind the defender, Hartford. It's squared for Galena, who can't quite put it on frame. Oh, Shane Beckford had worked behind the Birmingham defense, but Hartford can't cash in a golden opportunity.
And Mensa needs to be careful. He got caught out, and that ball got played over his back. Great work from Hartford Athletic to notice that. But again, Beckford getting forward and squaring this ball on just too much pace. It just needs to be a simple ball across, and he made it too difficult for Galena. It was bouncing. It had too much pace on it. And, Legion FC will breathe a sigh of relief knowing the game is still 0-0, and Hartford Athletic will have their head in their hands and wondering what it's going to take for them to score an away goal.
What an opportunity, by far the best either side has had so far tonight.
Again, I want to give a shout out to Hartford Athletic. You can't see it right now off screen, but they are very, very compact. 25 yards front to back. That is almost impossible to play through. You have to play out and around in that situation or go straight over the top. And Legion FC, Pino is not the type of guy. He doesn't have a ton of pace, right? He'll certainly work his socks off, but Hartford Athletic are doing a very, very good job defensively, setting themselves up for success tonight.
Birmingham have not found a way through just yet. Just one shot from Enzo Martinez, the lone attacking stat here for Birmingham to this point. Tyler Pasher, a dangerous ball. McCartney almost found Enzo Martinez with a first touch.
Again, talked about you can't go through them on the ground, so you have to try and find a long ball. And McCartney makes a great run, tries to slip in behind the defender, gets the first touch, but it's tough to deal with it in that situation. But certainly one of the things Legion FC is going to have to try and do to break down this Hartford Athletic defense.
Birmingham had a lot of the ball early. Hartford has maintained a bit more possession here over the last 5-10 minutes. Trying to make their mark on the game, although that pass intended for Beckford was off target. Patterson gives it right back. Macangila with the interception.
And that would have been a perfect opportunity for Legion FC to go vertical and go vertical quickly. They tried. The pass just wasn't right there. But when you win the ball as a center back, for those of you listening at home who play center back, when you win the ball and step in front of your attacker and have the opportunity to take space or play a ball forward, you essentially are doing it on a surprise basis, because the team with the ball isn't expecting to lose it in that scenario. So when they do, they have to adjust themselves very quickly.
Hartford looking for that ball over the top. Epps on the run. Epps is going to get there. Patterson has defending to do. Epps looking for a little bit of support. Macangila getting forward. Martinez, a clutch tackle. How does Birmingham try to get at Hartford quickly? McCartney looking for options.
In this situation, Legion FC, we're too deep in defense for them to really get forward at Hartford quickly. Again, we talked about Pino is not the paciest of center forwards. He'll do dirty work. He'll work hard off the ball, but he doesn't have the blistering pace that some center forwards have.
Dotson couldn't quite keep that alive. Into the crowd it goes. Another throw for Hartford Athletic. Gambula and Thompson watching on from the Birmingham bench. Likewise for Brendan Burke and his side on the opposite touchline. Neither side's found breakthrough just yet. Marcus Epps tried to go direct over the top. Van Okel off his line to head it away from Beckford.
Again, Hartford Athletic are stretched right now, but Legion FC had to play a couple of safe passes, and allow Hartford to get back and then get set. And again, they're 25 yards front to back, so they're trying to go over the top of him, and it may work right here.
Martinez is onto it. Martinez scores. What a ball over the top from Kobe Hernandez Foster. And Enzo Martinez is back on the score sheet to give Birmingham an early lead.
Yeah, and that's we talk about when you win the ball. They played a couple of safe passes. Hartford Athletic were allowed to get back and get set. But again, they're playing a little bit of a high line, but they're compressing themselves. So either Ribeiro or the back line have to drop back and provide that cover in between. Legion FC find it. Enzo Martinez comes through, finishes it 1-0 for Birmingham Legion.
Goal brought to you by AT&T, the fourth of the year for Enzo Martinez, who just continues to add to that illustrious total. Hard to believe it's his first goal for Birmingham since all the way back to May 11th. It had been too long for Martinez, but he's goalless no longer. Birmingham Legion have the lead here at home.
Again, we talked about the keys to the game. When you get that goal, if you get that goal, if you were Legion FC, and you got a first half goal at that, right? Now you have to pour it on. You have to go and you have to continue to turn that screw and really get at Hartford because they have not had the best record on the road this year. So they'll be thinking to themselves, all those memories of all those games you've played throughout the year as a player will start to creep back into your mind, and you'll start to think to yourself, this could be a long night at the office. But the next 5 to 7 minutes are going to be crucial for the outcome of this game.
See if Hartford has a response here over the final 11+ minutes of this first half. Birmingham, it's just their 5th goal they have scored all year in the first half of a contest. And Kavita called for the foul there, trying to shoulder Hodge off his run.
I don't know that Kavita knew a ton about that. I think Hodge may have just, as Kavita turns, just catches him right there. And I think that's he's pleading to the referee right now, just saying, look, how was I supposed to know he's there? He ran into me. Nevertheless, Hartford have a set piece in a very dangerous position for them.
So Hartford a chance perhaps at an instant response here in a very dangerous area. How much contact does Kavita make here with Hodge on that run through?
Again, I don't know that Kavita knows a ton about that. And Hodge gets an idea of what it's like running into a brick wall. Bounces up, glad to see that he's okay. May have just had the wind knocked out of him, but an opportunity for Hartford to get maybe their third goal from a set piece this year.
Two-man wall set by Matt Van Oekel. Look at what he can see. He's staring at here with Marlon Hairston. Who can potentially throw this goalward. He's got options in and around the penalty spot as well. Hairston to the back post, easy catch for Van Oekel. Another look here. The opening goal scored from Enzo Martinez.
And just route one from Legion FC. Great ball from Kobe Hernandez-Foster. Farrell gets caught out just a little bit, maybe misjudges the flight of that ball, and Ribeiro really has no chance.
The 3rd assist of the year for Kobe Hernandez-Foster, the 40th goal-scoring chance he's created.
It's amazing that he only has 3 assists after creating 40 chances.
There's been a thing that's plagued Birmingham Legion throughout the course, especially the early part of the year. They had one of the lowest conversion rates of any team in the USL Championship. They had the shots, had a decent quality number of chances, but not able to slot as many home the first part of the year. That has changed a little bit over the course of the last month or so. Birmingham coming into tonight looking for their 2nd consecutive win here at home. After they got through a brutal stretch of their schedule. They have looked strong here over the past few weeks. And Oekel sends it long, dealt with easily by Scarlett, almost right back to it. In fact, Van Oekel will just try that again here. 37th minute here at Protective Stadium. Fans, a reminder that eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball free to play, so download it now. Derek Dodson. Pino gets a touch. Back to the feet of Jake Roof. Pasher in a wide area. Sure, racing to the byline, got around Hodge, got back on the end of it, and that is great bit of footwork from Jordan Scarlett. Otherwise, Pasher in a position to do all sorts of damage. It's a corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
And good work from Pasher and good work from Pino as well. Reading that ball, that diagonal we've been talking about is hit by A.J. Patterson to try and find Pasher. They don't win the first one, but the shape around the ball is great from Legion FC, and they win the second one, then they have an opportunity to get back at Hartford and earn the corner.
And swinging serve from Pasher into a dangerous area, and it's put in. Dawson McCartney makes it 2 first-half goals for the Legion.
And I don't know how much he knew about it, but great service in from Tyler Pasher. It's flat, it's driven, it's bent in, a great ball. A dangerous area, and we'll see in the replay, but I think Dawson McCartney might catch this off his left hip. Nevertheless, counts the same.
Goal brought to you by AT&T is the 2nd early goal here for Birmingham. It's the 3rd goal of the year for Dawson McCartney. Talked about it earlier. All it seems he has done lately is create or score goals for Birmingham. He does so once again. It's the 3rd assist of the year for Tyler Pasher. Birmingham Legion, who have had their fair share of struggles in first halves, are putting that in the rearview mirror tonight.
Again, a great service. You put a ball in a great area. Maybe McCartney knows a little bit more about it, but it comes off his kneecap off the outside. He just redirects it on goal. When you get a good service in like that, it doesn't take much. All you have to do is redirect it on goal with any part of your body that you can use legally.
So 2 goals inside of a 6-minute stretch here for Birmingham, and all of a sudden this game feels much, much different. Birmingham had virtually nothing to speak of in the attacking third for much of this first half, outside of Enzo Martinez's shot that was redirected off the bar. But now they lead 2-0. A little more than 5 minutes left in this opening half. Asher clears that away from danger all the way back to Ribeiro. And now Hartford on the road have some work to do. Scarlets. Quite on the same page with Hodge. A throw in coming here for Birmingham. Burke telling his team to press. Look for a response, some sort of positivity here over the closing stages this opening half. Otherwise, we're staring at a 2-goal deficit going into the locker room.
It has not been a great year for Hartford Athletic in the first half. They've conceded 17 first half goals in 21 games. Only Las Vegas Lights have conceded more this season, and they've conceded 22.
Foul and a free kick given. Jake Roof locked up there. Mackengill. Mackengill wanting a yellow card. He's not going to get one here. Just an outstretched arm caught Roof, who was none too pleased about it. Roof getting a stern talking to, but he's not going to be shown yellow.
You can see the look on Roof's face after he catches it in the dome, and he goes straight for Mackengill there.
Roof had revenge on his mind there for a moment, but it gets away without getting shown yellow. In fact, there have been no cards shown here in the opening 41 minutes. Nonu looking over the top. Mensah running stride for stride. Couldn't keep it away from Samodia. And Galena gets it back out wide. Samodia first time serve to the back post. Hairston brings it down. Hairston for Hodge, who couldn't keep it down.
That's a decent response from Hartford, coming in, creating a chance. You want to try and get one back before halftime if you can. Obviously got to be very careful not to go and concede a third, but you want to try and do your best to go and get one before halftime, because that way you can go with a little bit of momentum. It's 2-1 instead of 2-0 at halftime. We all know 2-0 is the most dangerous score in soccer, because the third goal, if there is one, is the most important. It either puts the game to bed or turns the game into almost a brand new one, and you have momentum going in your way.
Birmingham would love nothing more than to take a 2-goal lead into the dressing room. Birmingham fans, Legion's next match is on the road at Monterey Bay FC. That's next Saturday, August 10th. That's a late one, 9 o'clock Central Time kickoff. You can watch that match here on My68 or on ESPN+. Birmingham have enjoyed a string of home games as Derek Dodson's chopped down. Mackengill doesn't love that call, but Dodson is down on the ground in a bit of pain. Birmingham's going to have a free kick here in the attacking half. I think Mackengill is getting a similar talking to that Jake Roof just got a few moments ago.
Not sure how much contact was there, but I can tell you this, as a former player, any sort of contact with a stud or another player's boot, it hurts. It doesn't feel great at all.
So Martinez with a lot of space off this restart. Instead goes out wide here for Pasher. He and Dodson working together once more. Pasher, another dangerous serve. McCartney there again across the face of goal and just out of play. Pino couldn't keep it alive.
Yeah, and that's a great little segment from Pasher and Dodson, right? It's something that's so little, but it forced Beckford to move. The pass to Dodson, and then the pass straight back to Pasher. One touch each time. Just made Beckford move just enough to where Pasher can whip that ball into the back post and give Legion FC another chance.
Beckford keeps it away from Pasher, but his pass too far out front of Epps. Van Oekel, no nonsense there. Sends it away. By the way, word from down below we're hearing is 1 minute of stoppage time coming as Hodge is fouled from behind. So Legion FC go to Monterey Bay next Saturday. They're back here at Protective Stadium again on Friday, August 16th. That game against Detroit City FC. 7 o'clock Central Time for Flashback Friday. Get your tickets to the match today, bhmlegion.com/tickets. Of course, if you can't make it to the match, watch it live on ESPN Plus or here locally in Central Alabama on My68, or follow at BHM Legion on Twitter for live match updates. It's Birmingham Legion and Detroit City FC in a battle of Eastern Conference playoff hopefuls. Friday, August 16th, here at Protective Stadium at 7 o'clock Central Time. Final few moments in this opening 45 minutes. Birmingham Legion with 2 goals inside of a 6-minute frame, giving them control of the match to this point. Does Hartford have a late response here in this first half? Sinks into a half space, taken off it though by McCartney. Throw here for Birmingham, and it is confirmed down below. 1 minute of stoppage time coming here to close this first half. That is brought to you by UAB Medicine. Fourth official tonight, Melinda Homa, letting us know. McCartney able to keep that away from Apononu. Mensah brings it under control. Long pass, although it eventually got to the feet of Fenwell Kavita. Pasher again looking over the top. Jake Roof this time making the run. Looks like he's going to get on the end of this. Roof across the face of goal. Not a bad effort. The midfielder had made a long run forward. Looks like that might be the final action that we have here in this first half. Hartford Athletic get forward very, very quickly. Scarlett thinking about it. He's got Beckford out wide, but that is going to be the final kick of this opening half. A goal from Enzo Martinez delivered on a platter from Kobe Hernandez Foster, quickly followed up by a set-piece finish from Dawson McCartney. And the home side take a 2-goal advantage into the halftime dressing room. Brendan Burke and Hartford Athletic not pleased here at the break. They've got some work to do in the second 45 to try to get back into this one tonight. And so Martinez and his side liking where they sit. Matt Van Oekel likewise. We talked with Birmingham's big goalkeeper. Coming up at halftime, we'll hear his thoughts on his campaign so far this year. Plus, we'll look at some highlights and stats from the opening 45 minutes here at Protective Stadium. Once again, our score, Birmingham Legion 2, Hartford Athletic 0. More from our coverage of the USL Championship when we return right after this.
Calling all Legion fans, Birmingham Legion and your local Papa John's have teamed up to kick your hunger with these exclusive Papa John's deals. When the Legion win, you win. Get a free large pizza with the purchase of a large pizza at regular menu price the day after a Legion win. Using code LEGIONWINS at papajohns.com. Hungry for better all season long? Enjoy 25% off your regular menu price order when you use code LEGION at papajohns.com. Don't miss out on these great deals at a participating Papa John's.
Season tickets on sale now.
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC here with goalkeeper Matt Van Oekel. Matt, appreciate you taking the time, man. Looked like the team was good. Looked like a good rhythm, a good spirit out here today.
Yeah, no, I think we're in a good spot. So I think we know what we're going to be doing tactically. The guys look sharp, fit, and yeah, we're ready to get 3 points at home tomorrow.
What's it like bouncing back off a week where you play 3 games in a span of 6, 7, 8 days? Guys obviously are pretty tired after that. What's it like the week following that?
Yeah, I think it's just getting the guys recovered back into a good space mentally, because that drain is massive at this level. And yeah, so I mean, those couple days that we had off, obviously flying back from New Mexico was tough in itself. But yeah, I think we looked good this week, and I think everyone is on the same page.
Speaking of getting recovered, that's what you've been trying to do here over the last month. How's that going?
It's going really well. So yeah, I'm excited to be where I am right now, and thanks to all the UAB staff and Allie for getting me to top shape again.
And I saw you out in the community as well. You were out of Barnes & Noble a few weeks back reading to some kids. How was that?
That was always fun. So I don't know if I was reading to the little kids in the audience or more to Miggy and Kobe and stuff. So no, it was a great event. We were glad to hopefully spread the wealth of knowledge.
I was going to say, out of the 3, you definitely were the best storyteller, but then again, I think you had the most experience on those guys too.
Yeah, I read quite a bit of kids' books these days. So yeah, I don't think they're reading too much.
Although I've seen a few of you guys out in the community. You had the Barnes & Noble event, had guys go to Children's Hospital as well. Seems like the guys on the whole enjoy getting out there.
Yeah, definitely. We love the spread, obviously the brand ourselves, but also show that we're not just here to play soccer, but we're here to build the community and bring the community together.
You guys rocking the Sprite shirts tomorrow?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Are we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes?
Oh, we are.
Oh.
And that means I get to wear the pink kit.
Nice. Thoughts?
So,
yes?
I'm
no?
excited.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Good. What's the goal here for the second half of the year? You guys kind of start this last kind of stretch here.
Yeah, I think we're all done with the midweek games, so I think we're on a weekly schedule. So, yeah, I think it's really important for us to start stringing wins together and setting ourselves up for a deep run into hopefully late into October, November.
And have you guys talked about how many home games you guys coming up especially?
I have no idea, but I know we have 2 in a row, so we're definitely shooting for those 6 points.
Let's do it. 6 points it is. Matt Van Oekel, goalkeeper for Birmingham Legion. More from our coverage of the Legion right after this.
The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, sweet. I said what I said. I don't care. I paint the town red.
If you can survive this, it's going to make the whole story that much better.
The bright horses are broken free from the fields.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes. Only want the best. And you're running every night. Won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky. Got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Danny Griffin! Oh, that's a wonderful captain's goal for the Riverhounds! Kieran Finlay!
10,000 plus going crazy.
Fred! El Paso lead on the road!
From USL Academy, USL League Two, and USL League.
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC taking on Hartford Athletic tonight. We look at Railroad Park and the other side of downtown Birmingham, Alabama, the south side, just a few blocks over here at Protective Stadium. Been a good start for the home side. Birmingham Legion, a couple of goals in that first half. Lead Hartford Athletic by a score of 2-0. Look at our USL Championship standings. We'll start out west. Of course, New Mexico United still lead, although just 1 game in hand on Sacramento Republic, who are making up ground. Morgan basically from 6 on down to 10 or 11. Almost nobody out of the playoff picture just yet out west.
Certainly, and looking at Phoenix and FC Tulsa, they're not far behind. FC Tulsa have 2 games in hand on Phoenix, 3 on Monterey, and 4 on Vegas.
Monterey Bay is the opponent for Birmingham Legion next time out in Northern California. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Conference side of things, we talked off the top about why this game was so important for Birmingham Legion. A win tonight, Morgan. They leapfrog Indy 11 and move into the top 4 places. And, of course, those top 4 seats earn you at least one home playoff game in the USL Championship playoffs.
And that's right, and that's such a huge deal for each team because you get to start this the playoffs at home in your own bed in front of your home fans. Indy has not won in their last 6 USL Championship games. This will leapfrog them tonight if this result holds.
Indy 11, Detroit scuffling just a little bit. Rhode Island hot. Birmingham trying to stay hot here with a second consecutive home win. A couple of finals to look at. Charleston Battery, of course, were all over Indy. A 5 spot for the Battery at home. Meanwhile, on national TV earlier this afternoon, all the action late. Morris a goal for Detroit City. Thought that gave them the winner with less than 13 minutes to play, but Clay Holstad, a banger, earned a much-needed point for Rhode Island.
Absolutely, and Steinwasser was beaten. If you go back and look at that goal, it was an absolute rocket, but as a goalkeeper, Steinwasser will tell himself he wasn't loaded. He had just lifted his heels off the ground just as Clay Holstad was striking that ball, which helped to get past him ever so slightly.
1-1 the score between Loudoun and Miami. That game is going to be interesting as they look towards the second half. Loudoun just converted a penalty to tie that game, and a red card has been shown to Miami. So Miami playing 45 minutes down a man on the road coming up in that second half in Leesburg, Virginia. And, of course, plenty of USL Championship action still to come tonight, including that game over on ESPN2. Sacramento Republic hosting Pittsburgh Riverhounds as Republic continue to try to close the gap on New Mexico United at the top of the Western Conference table. Well, some other news and notes to get to around the USL Championship. We'll start in USL League One. Of course, a record transfer out of Tormenta as Tormenta continue to do great work in the state of Georgia. But also some news on a club hopefully coming back to the USL Championship sooner rather than later. OKC Energy hoping to come back into the league as they announce their ownership group expanded and a new soccer stadium soon to be built there in the state of Oklahoma. As OKC Energy hope to get back into the mix over the next couple of years. And then USL still making an impact at the Olympics. The Olympics dominating the headlines here over the last couple of weeks. A couple of key players making their mark on the Olympic picture, hailing from the USL Championship and USL League One. 2-0 our score here. Birmingham Legion on top of Hartford Athletic and Morgan. Birmingham had a lot of the ball early, just could not generate a whole lot. Hartford had a huge opportunity they could not take advantage of. And if you give Enzo Martinez an opportunity to score like he got, he's not going to miss.
He's not. And again, you look at Legion FC, half their shots have been on target. Both shots on target have been in goal. Again, the way this game comes out in the second half of your coach work, you got to get the second goal to give yourself a little bit of belief to go chase this game. He's talked about it. It's a little bit of a rebuilding year, but it's a great opportunity to build some character, right? And for Legion FC, they've got to go and they've got to continue to pour it on, continue to score goals, get them from anybody that you can, and build that confidence as you go into the back half of this season.
Well, it's all smiles here for now for Birmingham Legion at Protective Stadium, and it's all smiles away from Protective Stadium as well. Starting center back Alex Cronali, he and his wife welcomed Elliot Rose Cronali to the family yesterday early morning. As Alex is now a first-time father, excited to be a girl dad. Congratulations to Alex and his wife and the Cronali family. I'm sure they are enjoying their time with their brand new baby girl and certainly enjoying the scoreline as well.
They are, and coincidentally enough, August 2nd is Jay Heaps' birthday.
There you go. Well, it's certainly turning into a nice birthday weekend for Jay Heaps as well. The GM of Birmingham Legion enjoying his Legionnaires in front of Hartford Athletic by a couple of goals. The second half on the way when we return.
We are Altec, Birmingham-based since 1929. We set the gold standard in equipment and services that connect us to the power and communications we all need. From bucket trucks to digger derricks, the equipment we make helps our customers and our communities dig deeper and reach higher. We're a team. We're a family. We're looking for someone just like you. Hammer down and team up with Altec. Learn more at jobs.altech.com.
They come for the pop, the sizzle, the food, and drink. They come to escape the same old and replace it with some kind of wonderful. But mostly they come to play. And play, they will.
There's nothing better than a game. A great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling than Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama. Almost time for the second half between Birmingham Legion and Hartford Athletic. But first, let's look back at our opening 45 minutes. The sun was beating down there the opening few minutes. Birmingham Legion tried to create early. Enzo Martinez just missed.
Great chance. I really do think that Farrell got his head to that and changed the trajectory of that ball just ever so slightly. But here's the goal. We talked about Hartford being so tight. Route one, Enzo Martinez gets to it first over Farrell's head and makes no mistake about it. 1-0 Legion FC.
That goal scored just after the half-hour mark, the fourth of the year for Enzo Martinez. The fans loved it. They loved the second goal as well, whipped in by Tyler Pasher to Dawson McCartney. Birmingham made it a double in the first 45 minutes. That's their advantage as it stands with the second half underway. It's Hartford Athletic trying to claw their way back in here tonight. As we get this second half going, no changes for Hartford at the break. Birmingham did make a change. Substitution brought to you by Papa John's. Birmingham fans use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. It is Preston Tabor Itaka who has come on for Tyler Pasher. Matt Van Oekel makes the easy grab there.
That would certainly mean that Stefano Pino will have a better opportunity to get some service and add to his mere 7 touches so far in the first half. And for Hartford, really, I wouldn't be surprised to see either Anderson Asiadu or Thomas Vacanzio come on and potentially trying to change this game. Obviously, Anderson, if he's fit, will have something to prove, having been with Legion for 5 years before making the transfer to Hartford.
Good ball delivered from Dodson across the park to his other fullback, Moses Mensah. Preston Tabor Itaka coming off the bench for the 13th time this year, hoping to make an impact. Meanwhile, Epps starts the move forward. Beckford keeps this in play. Epps down behind the play. Beckford serves, and it's cut out by Kobe Hernandez-Foster. It is a corner for Hartford and a yellow card shown for the contact on Epps, about 40 yards back.
And Epps did a really good job there, back to goal, holding off a very big, strong A.J. Patterson, slipping in Beckford to get down and earn a corner for his team. But certainly Epps will be feeling that one a little bit.
So the yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, shown to A.J. Patterson, the first booking of the night. Corner here for Hartford, their first of the evening. Tristan Hodge to deliver an in-swinging serve. And it's low and headed away by the first man.
You have to beat that first man. He gets a second shot at it here. Puts in a decent ball, but too much height on it and an easy catch for Matt Van Oekel.
Van Oekel hasn't had a whole lot to do so far tonight. A couple commanding plays in and around his box. Outside of that, it's been relatively chill for the 37-year-old goalkeeper, looking for his 5th clean sheet of the year, his 2nd in as many weeks. Patterson looking long in the direction of Tabor Itaka. Heads it in the direction of the sub. Martinez heads it long, almost got it back to Tabor Itaka. Calmly dealt with there by Makingila. Here comes Hartford to Shane Beckford. A couple of moments of danger there in the first half, otherwise didn't have a ton of touches on the ball. Epps on the turn, not able to get through A.J. Patterson. Hartford rebuild again. Farrell back there, along with Hodge. Jordan Scarlett. Anguila's first touch, pardon me, Angelina's touch a little too heavy, but Tabor Itaka got the last one.
Again, you see Dotson very touch tight to Angelina, impacts his first touch there. Hartford keep the ball, but Angelina's first touch was not great in that situation. He had a lot of pressure from Dotson right behind him.
Hairston comes to get the throw. Hounded by Enzo Martinez, who touched that out of play. Could Hartford create something here early in this second half to make this game here down the stretch? Right now it's Birmingham in firm control. A.J. Patterson heads that away from trouble. Martinez couldn't connect with McCartney. Back into the corner. Hodge couldn't keep it alive.
There seems to be a little bit of the pep in the step for Hartford. They're coming out and they're putting pressure, good pressure on Legion FC. And again, it's not time to panic yet if you're Hartford Athletic. Certainly all the thoughts and emotions from previously in this year, come and start creeping into the forefront of your brain. It's going to be a long night at the office, but this game's not gone. They have every opportunity. They have the tools to go and get a result tonight, but they need to continue to stay on the front foot as they have started this second half.
Beckford from distance couldn't find the targets. Ambitious effort that doesn't trouble Matt Van Okel in the end.
Yeah, this one was a lot closer than his clearance in the first half, but still did not trouble Matt Van Okel.
Van Okel's got options here, short and long. He'll use the short one. Fanuel Kavita. Kobe Hernandez Foster is Birmingham able to play with it at their feet. Be patient knowing they've got a 2-goal advantage. Pino does get a touch here and he's able to turn. A rarity there in the first half. Stefano Pino didn't see a whole lot of the ball out top. But now Birmingham able to break. Enzo Martinez has already scored once tonight. Dotson heads it out wide. Tabor Itaka. Hernandez Foster already with an assist as well. From Moses Mensah working back centrally. Hartford with some defending to do as Birmingham starts to nudge a little bit further forward. Tabor Itaka, a decent serve. Farrell deals with it. Hernandez Foster tried to take it on the volley. It rolls over the end line. Last touch by Hartford, so a corner coming for the Legion, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Who else but Enzo Martinez in and around the attacking third for Birmingham once again tonight. Martinez has played a little bit of everywhere for Birmingham so far this year. He's played defensive midfield, attacking midfield, up top, centrally. He's roamed out wide a few times.
He may be Uruguayan, but he's certainly a Swiss Army knife for Legion FC.
Hey, I like that. Give me credit for that one.
Appreciate it.
Martinez right now providing a short option here for Hernandez Foster, who doesn't need it. Good driven serve, headed just wide. Dodson had a free header but couldn't find the target.
And that's a mistake from Legion FC right there, from Dotson not scoring in that situation. It's a free header. You're 6 yards from goal. The ball's put on a platter for you. You have to at least hit the target, right? If you don't score, that's one thing, right? But you have to hit the target in that situation. And Dotson, the minute it came off his head and went wide, you saw us put his head in his hands. He knew he missed a golden opportunity because that would have made it 3-0. We talked about 2-0 being a very dangerous lead in this game. And would have almost put this to bed, but instead, Hartford catch break. Now can they go and sneak one on the other side?
It's Hartford who had an early goal-scoring opportunity that go by the wayside there. Beckford and Ingalina had an opportunity to give Hartford an early lead tonight. Instead, they couldn't cash in. Birmingham did. It's going to be a throw for the Legion. Another look here. Dotson unmarked in and around the mouth of goal.
Yeah, just absolutely free. Maybe he just misses it, but, I mean, does everything right, just doesn't put it on target.
Dotson spent last year with Charleston Battery, before that with Memphis 901. Earned a move to MLS this year with Minnesota United, but been on loan here with Birmingham over the better part of the last 2-3 months. He's made a big-time impact, solidifying backline for Birmingham. Also has gotten forward in the attack a bit as well.
He was a fantastic addition. Credit to Jay Heaps, general manager and president for Birmingham, and Coach Tom Sohn for going and finding that opportunity to go and bring him to Birmingham. He's made a huge impact on this squad so far.
Be a throw here for Hartford. Tom Sohn probably likes what he's seen so far tonight from his side. The other touchline looks like Hartford's about ready to make at least one change, if not two changes here next few moments. Patterson as well to get that up the line for McCartney. And Birmingham break out of a crowded area from one side of the park to the other. Here is that man again, Derek Dotson. Hold it up for Jake Roof. Birmingham can possess a little bit more here. Fans tune into ESPN2 for USL Summer of Soccer Showdown and a top-of-the-table intra-conference clash. Powerhouse Louisville City FC facing off against perennial playoff contender Sacramento Republic FC. That's Saturday, August 10th, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time on ESPN2. Louisville City been one of the best, if not the best team in the Eastern Conference most of this year. They and Charleston occupied the top two spots by and large. It's Matt Van Okel. Have an easy collection here. That's who Birmingham's chasing right now. Birmingham Legion came into the night 5th in the East, behind those two plus Tampa Bay in the 3 spot, Indy 11 in the 4 spot. Birmingham a chance to get into that number 4 slots with a 3-point performance here tonight. Meanwhile, for Hartford, Brendan Burke saying they're going to treat every game like a playoff game going forward. They need points, and they need them quickly. Trying to get themselves in the playoff race for near the bottom of the Eastern Conference table. Got a big 3 points on Wednesday at home against Detroit City. They've got some work to do on the road right now. They've got bodies forward here. Galena trying to turn against Kavita. Creates a little bit of space out wide the other side. Samodia. Samodia can serve one here. He does, into a dangerous area, but nobody was waiting there at the back post. It's a goal kick for Hartford, and now they will make a double change. Substitutions brought to you by Papa John's. Marlon Hairston coming off. He'll be replaced by Danny Barrera. And the Shane Beckford coming off as well. He will make way for Mamadou Jang.
Burke spoke earlier this week about rotating the squad and giving them a chance to kind of, rest some guys a little bit. And, Danny Barrera having the ability to bring him off the bench is huge for Hartford. And then you get the goal scorer from last week, Gang, who comes in. Another opportunity for Hartford to really kind of, the last 35 minutes of this game or so, go and try and sneak a goal and maybe walk out of here with a point.
Yeah, those are attacking changes here for Hartford after that foul is conceded, given by Samodia. Mensa quickly puts it back into play. Mamadou Jang has scored twice this year, the 20-year-old from the Senegal. Danny Barrera, of course, nobody has meant more. The Hartford franchise, they're number 10, over 130 appearances all time. The club's leader in minutes and goals and games, variety of categories. He was the man who had the assist on the game winner back on Wednesdays. Flag is up for offside. That'll be a free kick for Hartford.
And coincidentally enough, you talk about how much he's meant to this program and this club. He got his first assist of the year on Wednesday. So, you know, obviously he will like to add to that tally tonight if he can, and find one of his teammates on the end of one of his passes.
Herrera has agency to roam. Wants a touch here, and he'll get one. His first since coming on. Hartford push for an answer. It's been a Legion lead since 32 minutes in. That's when they scored their first. 38th was when they scored their second. So Martinez heads that along. Couldn't quite get it all the way to Tabor Itaka. And now Hartford an opportunity. But only for a moment. Chang, I don't think, realized how much free space he had. Birmingham fans, don't forget you can stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news by following @BHM Legion. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or you can download the Legion FC app today. Again, that's @BHM Legion on social media, or the Legion FC app, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. We're here for Hartford after Tabor Itaka couldn't quite keep that in play near the touchline. The ball for Hartford here to start the second half. Just haven't paid it off yet into a goal-scoring opportunity. Some fresh blood changed that here. Chang fought off it by Roof. Hard to believe Jake Roof, not really much of a midfielder before this year, but he has slotted in nicely since Tom Sowen has made that change. Roof has seen much more of the field. He's an impact playing with Kobe Hernandez Foster centrally. Here's Galena. Jang lost his footing. Otherwise, he might have had a scoring opportunity. Hernandez Foster nearly got it through to Pino, if not for a huge play by Apinonu.
Apinonu did a great job reading that. He saw the danger and either got a call from Farrell over his shoulder that the ball was going there, and he did a great job making himself big enough to get a touch on that and win possession back for his team.
Galena, of course, attracting lots of attention on that left side. Barrera looking over the top, couldn't quite get it back to him. Roof's pass picks. Akingila keeps it down here. Hodge, bending serve, only finds Matt Van Oekel. Will take his time, make sure his team gets reorganized. Fans, if you can't watch the match, you can turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Plus, you can hear live matches for the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157, the new Sirius XM app. Barrow under pressure, just got rid of it. Nunu building with the veteran Joe Farrell out of the back. Barrera makes Roof miss. Here comes Hartford. Galena sinking deep for a touch. On wide the other side, Samodi on a hop. Able to keep it alive, but not more than that. He runs over the back of McCartney. Free kick given. Hartford play on turf at Trinity Health Stadium, but looked like that turf hop surprised Emmanuel Samodia just a little bit.
And ball skips here quite a bit because Legion FC and their operations staff make sure they wet this turf extensively so that it plays a little bit quicker. The ball will skip quite a bit throughout the game. You won't notice that it's turf as much.
Looks like Birmingham are prepping a second change here in a matter of moments. Miguel Perez has grabbed a shirt. The man on loan from St. Louis City looks to be the next member of Birmingham Legion to join the fray as we've passed the hour mark. 27 plus minutes to play. Birmingham Legion in front by a pair of goals.
If I were to guess here, Tom Sowen's probably bringing Miggy Perez on for Jake Roof, and Roof's had a good outing tonight. Been very busy, been in and around the ball and gotten forward, but 60 minutes in, bring in Miggy Perez, who has good composure for a young kid coming into the season. Seems like the most likely change, if I had to guess.
It's well done from A.J. Patterson, ushering that over the end line, and it is Roof coming off. 19-year-old Miggy Perez coming off the bench for the 17th time this year. This has been his role all season long. And Roof's night is done after 63 solid minutes for the Alabama native. Substitution brought to you by Papa John's. Fans can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. Second change of the night for Tom Sohn in the Legion. Tristan Tabor-Itaka and Miguel Perez have now come off the bench for Birmingham. Let's see what type of impacts Perez can make on this game's closing stages after he played the final 13 minutes last weekend. Here's McCartney, who plays this thing early to Pino, who's got options. Pino able to turn. McCartney back out wide. A first-time serve over the top of Tabor-Itaka. And Hodge trying to clear that away. Tabor-Itaka won it in the air, but couldn't find the teammates.
As that ball came into Pino, he knows, or did not have the chance to look behind him, but had he gotten a call loud enough for Tabor-Itaka to dummy that ball, Tabor-Itaka was all alone on that backside.
Flag up there against Mamadou Dieng. Free kick from Matt Van Okel and Birmingham Legion. It's taken short here to the captain, Fanuel Kavita. Martinez tried to play that first time. Tabor-Itaka had space. Instead, it's turned over. Here comes Hartford bombing forward. Martinez slowed up Danny Barrera just enough. Still plenty of green jerseys forward. Tristan Hodge trying to find one of them. Patterson, a no-nonsense header back towards that corner flag. It's the second corner of the night coming for Hartford Athletic.
And Hartford Athletic are starting to grow into this game just a little bit more. They have to find a way to get the ball into the back of the net for Legion FC to really change the trajectory of this game for them. And they're certainly knocking on the door. The question is, can they turn the handle and can they open it?
See what comes to the set piece. Birmingham has created trouble off set pieces all night long. Barrera would love to do likewise here. See preps an out-swinging serve. Barrera drives it. Farrell got a piece of it, just couldn't put it on frame.
That's a fantastic ball from Barrera, and Farrell had a great chance to make this 2-1. It just skips off the edge of his head. He doesn't get enough purchase on it. And, ball circles out, and Van Okel makes a mistake there and puts the ball not quite as far into the stands as Beckford did in the first half, but gives up another set piece and another corner for Hartford, who are looking to take this quickly.
Barrera, another driven serve. This one headed over the top.
Legion FC need to take notice, and they need to take notice right now, because the last two corners that Hartford have had, they got on the end of it. And there was two chances for them to score goals.
So now a double change coming here for Hartford Athletic. Beverly Makangila coming off. Former Legionnaire Anderson Asiadu coming on here. He'll get a nice ovation from the crowd down below. Also Marcus Epps coming off. Kyle Edwards coming on. But there is Asiadu, the 28-year-old from UCLA. Made over 110 appearances for Birmingham Legion in his time here. Scored 3 times, had 9 other assists, had a game winner for Birmingham against Hartford in this building back in April of 2022. It's Asiadu on here in the closing stages for Hartford. Trying to make his mark on this game. Asiadu's first touch is progressive, finds Dieng. Over the top. Epps and Ingalina almost got there. Ingalina and Edwards, I should say. Perez keeps it moving. Moses Mensah, a bit of space in the wide areas. Hernandez Foster. Posed as always. That's well done for the young midfielder, Perez. Playing around the Hartford pressure. Hartford trying to throw numbers forward here. Their time is working against them. 22+ minutes to play. Hartford chasing not one, but two. And as Foster on the turn, looking for McCartney's run. McCartney got ahead to it. Nobody there at the top of the box. And Farrell clears it away from trouble.
And interesting enough, like Hartford do a great job, and here they are again on the break.
Jang, what a touch to bring it down. He's 1v1 with Kavita to the top of the box. Edwards trying to take it first time and then has his shot blocked. Moment for Hartford. Birmingham's defense does just enough.
And right after a chance for Legion FC, a ball goes into the box, Hartford win it, and immediately get straight back at Legion FC, route one, and get Jang in behind the defense, and has a great first touch and lays the ball off, and then just a little bit of confusion getting in the way of each other. Doesn't lead to a clean chance for Hartford, but the danger is still there. Hartford are starting to ask more questions again. You see Ingalina kind of getting in the way of Edwards there, and he wanted to hit that first time, but it didn't work out. But again, I said it a couple times, Hartford are knocking on the door. They have to figure out a way to turn that handle.
Hartford trying to create a Siadu, another progressive pass. Barrera has options. One of them's Edwards, but he's offside. Still a great job by Mensa to get back in front and block that shot away with the flag up against the international from St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Is number 12, Anderson Asabu. And also number 17, Carlo. Leading is number 7, Mark Seps.
Yeah, it was very close, but the referee, assistant referee, had a great look at that across the line. If he was off, it was not by much. Again, Hartford starting to push the pedal down a little bit further. They're starting to make Legion FC a little bit more uncomfortable.
See if it goes backwards this time. Samodia got around McCartney. Wide, here's Edwards once again. He's onside this time. Bonnie's joining the attack. Samodia's serve cut out by Patterson. As far as Apanonu. Galina. Jobs to keep it moving. Hartford has plenty of bodies here in the attacking third. Siadu finds Barrera centrally.
It's a great pass.
Edwards trying to get it back, working with Barrera. Hodge thought about a serve, thought better of it. Joey Apanonu. One side or the other, Hartford looking for an opening. Samodia got it on his left, couldn't serve it there. Drawing plenty of attention, Martinez cuts out his cross. Over the end line for another Hartford corner.
It's good teamwork, good team defending from Legion FC, but they still concede a corner. Remember the last two corners that Hartford have whipped in, they've gotten on the end of.
Barrera to the back post this time. Apanonu got ahead to it, and a second header puts it in. Mamadou Jang gets Hartford back in this game with less than 20 minutes to play.
Yeah, and again, we've been talking about it for the last 10 to 15 minutes, that Hartford are starting to ask more questions of Legion FC. 3 straight corners, Hartford got at the end of it. Third time's a charm for Hartford, get a goal. We talked about what happens in a 2-0 game if the team that's losing scores the next goal. Now Legion FC really have to go and they have to batten down the hatches. They have to get on the ball, get control of the game back. But if you're Hartford, you have to continue to do what you've been doing so far this half and go and try and find that equalizer. These last 20 minutes or so are going to be pretty intense. This is a great ball in from Barrera again. Hartford gets up. Apanonu heads it straight back across. Hartford go in and they make it 2-1.
Goal brought to you by AT&T is the third of the year from Mamadou Jang, who had started 4 straight contests coming into tonight. playing a bunch on Wednesday, coming off the bench and making an impact here in Birmingham this evening. 20-year-old from the Senegal.
2 goals in 2 games for him.
Hartford Athletic have a way back now. It's 2-1. We approach the 74th minute. After 2 early Birmingham goals, Hartford have had most of the scoring opportunities in this second half, and they finally pay one off. Now looking for more. Ball over the top for Edwards, too far.
This game is starting to get very, very stretched. And when that happens, again, you start to see more counterattacks, you start to see more openings and opportunities for teams to score.
McCartney plays the ball across. That is dealt with by Scarlett before it gets to Pino. But it's out for a Birmingham corner, their 3rd of the night, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Again, if you're Legion FC, if I'm Tom Sohn, I'm telling my guys, take your time. Let's take a little bit of the wind out of this game. Let's get our thoughts, collect our thoughts, get things back together. But super important here for Hartford to go and make sure they defend this corner. And if they can catch a counterattack, they'll be very happy.
Looks like Preston Tabor-Itaka set to serve this one. Right on top of the mouth of goal. 2-hand punch from Ribeiro.
That's great goalkeeping right there. A good, strong punch.
Hernandez Foster serves again to the back post. It's dealt with. McCartney and Perez trying to keep it there. Perez's shot blocked. Martinez trying to get it back out wide towards Dodson, but too far out front of him.
Super important intervention from Martinez, though, because if he doesn't get a touch of that ball or loses that ball, Jeng is straight away.
The stoppage here before Hartford throw it back in. Birmingham is going to make a 3rd change. Kobe Hernandez Foster is coming off. Man who assisted on Birmingham's opening goal. He'll be replaced by Ramiz Hamoda, the 16-year-old Birmingham signed at the outset of this year. It's the 10th appearance of the year for Hamoda. Started 4 of the last 5 coming into tonight's. He's trying to help Birmingham see out 3 points this evening. Substitution again brought to you by Papa John's. Legion's fans, that code is Legion. Legion for 25% off. Regular menu priced online order at papajohns.com. Birmingham win possession back. Hamoda right on it. No nonsense pass to Moses Mensah, who's working centrally. Dodson, top of the box. Courtney not quite on the same page with Martinez, and now here come Hartford trying to work quickly. Edwards on the run. Hamoda scrambling back defensively to get back in front. Hartford again not shy about throwing bodies forward here the majority of this second half. Barrera taking off. It wanted a whistle, didn't get one. Here comes the youngster. Hamoda has options. One of them is out wide. Tabor-Itaka. Tabor-Itaka splits defenders into the area. His shot blocked by Farrell. Hamoda heads it along. McCartney will try. His shot deflected wide, out for a corner. End to end here over the last few minutes. Preston Tabor-Itaka walk into that corner to give his guys a bit of a breather. Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A coming.
When Tabor-Itaka gets that ball out on the left wing, you know he's going to be looking to go and cut inside. You have to overplay him, but he has so much pace, and sometimes there's nothing defenders can do to stop that.
Tabor-Itaka, a driven serve. It's headed away as far as Martinez, who took it on the volley.
Trouble.
It's blocked, and here comes Hartford. They've got 2-on-2. Edwards to Ingalina out front. Mensah tracking back, makes the play. Oh, it had to be perfect for Moses Mensah, who was in a dead sprint to keep that away from Mishi Ingalina.
It does, and he does a fantastic job of getting back and defending here, but Mensah is a much younger defender. You might see a more experienced defender like a Vito or Patterson who might have been caught in that situation. Just stop and let him run because he would have been offside, right? As he goes to play that ball to spring Ingalina in, if the defender just stops for just a moment, right? You let Ingalina drift offside. Everything is calm. Everything is fine. you collect yourself again, but he does a fantastic job in the end defending and catching up to Angelina, but still danger from Legion FC, from Hartford.
Apononu trying his luck from distance. In the end, couldn't quite keep it down. He assisted on Hartford's goal a few moments ago. Struck that one well, but just a bit high. Fans, you can watch the USL Championship on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and on ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete TV listings here throughout the month of August. Second half of this USL Championship season in full swing. Playoff push begins in earnest. Hartford Athletic, after 2 first-half goals for the Legion, Manu Jing had an answer.
I did, and I need to correct myself. I misspoke earlier. Jang did not score midweek against Detroit. It was Beckford.
Shane Beckford's goal, the game winner for Hartford back on Wednesday. Big-time result for Hartford, trying to get a road result here tonight. It would be just their second result on the road all season long. If they could find an equalizer. 10+ minutes to go. Anderson Asiadu finds Danny Barrera as Hartford prep another change. Happen here in just a few moments. Samodia, another left-footed serve. Patterson heads it away. Moritaka working with Pino, trying to start the break to no avail. Angelina 1v1 against Dodson for now. Angelina gets it back, serves, and Van Oekel makes the play.
It's a great word from Hartford. They're continuing to ask questions of Legion FC, but if you're a center forward and you're watching this game at home, as Legion FC are trying to build out right there, Stefano Pino and Tabo Ortaka try and do something crafty there to spring one on another. You don't have to do that. You're already winning the game. The worst thing you can do is give the ball away like you just did, and then have it coming straight back at your teammates in defense.
A throw here for Birmingham, and Hartford will make their final change of the night. Thomas Van Kazeel, another former member of Birmingham Legion, who made 30 appearances for Birmingham over the course of a couple of seasons. He's coming on, and Joe Farrell is coming off. So Farrell, the center back, coming off, and Van Kazeel, a guy who can play more in midfield, coming on here for Hartford as they chase a second goal. Perez went up to challenge. It fell for McCartney, who's taken off it. Edwards got a toe in there. Navarro, a clean collection. An excellent distribution to Angelina, who couldn't quite play it on a hop.
Birmingham's last shot was in the 53rd minute, almost 30 minutes ago. Hartford have had 5 in that stint.
Hartford continuing to push with the clock working against them. Gotta wonder how much more energy they have left here. Again, playing their 3rd game in 8 days. They just played 90 minutes at home against Detroit on Wednesday. Can they chase this game on short rest down the stretch? First, some defending to do. Dawson McCartney near the corner, kept it alive. And now into the area. McCartney got a serve away. Pino brought it down. Tabor Itaka didn't quite catch it cleanly, but it took a deflection on the way through. McCartney let it go through, knowing he was in an offside position. It's out for a Birmingham corner. Once again, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Fifth corner of the night for the Legion. Two hands in the air for Preston Tabor Itaka. Had an assist in Birmingham's last game against Orange County. Put that one right on top of Hibero. Tabor Itaka back onto it again, into the area. Towards the byline, tried to square it. It was blocked right back to his feet. He still squares it, and again, it's sent out of play. And it looks like a free kick has been given to Hartford. Tabor Itaka comes up holding his mouth.
Tibor Ataka is one of those players that the ball, it just seems like it has a magnetic attraction to his feet. In some way, the oddest bounces, as we just saw there, ping pongs off a couple guys' legs and then off a guy's head and back into his path. Those are just things that you can't teach. It just happens, and he's one of those players that just seems to have that happen to him quite often.
That's his throw, headed out of play. It'll be another throw for the Legion. By the way, fans, you can head to the Legion FC Twitter page. That's at BHM Legion. Immediately following the final whistle tonight to vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors tonight. Again, that's at BHM Legion on Twitter. Cast your votes on who you think should be the man of the match for Birmingham Legion this evening. As Birmingham continue to bleed this clock here, that's going to be another Legion throw right in front of the Hartford bench. Hernandez Foster deserving some shouts for man of the match. Enzo Martinez likewise, Dawson McCartney as well. Tyler Pasher an assist to his credit too. McCartney finds Pino, who brings it down, just couldn't keep the shot down. Barrow quickly found the ball and put it back into play. 85th minute here in Birmingham tonight. Legion trying to lock up 3 points at home for the second consecutive weekend. For looking for their second road result of the year. Their second result of the year against Birmingham Legion. On the run, Jane gets there in front of Kavita, trying to turn. Samodia coming in support. Good work by Hamoda to cut it away. Only as far as Asiadu. Samodia trying to serve again. Hamoda trying to deny that same service. Asiadu out wide. Greeted out there by McCartney. Asiadu, a left-footed serve towards the top of the box that Tibor Ataka deals with. Hodge. And Galena drives it in. Patterson another clearance with his head. It is all hands on deck right now for Birmingham in defense. Hartford continuing to push bodies forward, ask questions. Looking for a second half goal.
Wouldn't be surprised to see some fresh legs come on for Legion FC in the last few minutes of this game. I believe you still have Prosper Kasim, who is on the bench, who come on.
Barrera's got space. Barrera lets it go. Van Oekel punches it away from trouble. And Zhang is fouled. Mensah got a piece of him as Zhang tried to dribble around him. A point to the penalty spots. And Hartford are going to have a golden opportunity to try to tie this game.
And again, Van Oekel makes a good save. Barrera gets it, hits it on target. Van Oekel punches it, gets it clear of danger. And then, there's no need for Mensah to go for this ball and try to win it. Zhang is facing away from goal. He has a bad first touch, but then right there, I understand why he wants to try and get it, but he makes clear contact with Zhang in his face. That's a clear penalty. He knows it. He's upset with himself. But a golden opportunity for Hartford Athletic to get back into this game.
Hartford looking for their second half goal. And who else but Mishi and Galena to try to level this contest at 2 apiece.
And he's taken the only penalty for Hartford so far this year, scored a penalty so far for Hartford this year, 2. He's gone to his left once, and he's gone down the middle of the other one.
And Galena against Van Oekel to try to tie the game here late. And Galena scores. Van Oekel got a piece, but not enough. And Hartford have come all the way back. They're on level terms, 2-2 here late.
And to be fair to Hartford Athletic, is very deserved. They have dominated the second half so far and taken advantage of some Legion FC mistakes. And credit to Coach Burke and his boys for fighting back in this game, because that's what they had to do, and they have certainly done it. And, now Legion FC have to go and they have to try and find a winner, or keep Hartford from getting one.
Birmingham will make one more change. Substitution brought to you by Papa John's. Dawson McCartney off, Prosper Kasim on. For Michi and Galena, it's his 7th goal this year, brought to you by AT&T. And Hartford, who had been 2 goals down since 38 minutes into the night, have come all the way back. It's 2-2 as we enter the 89th minute. All the points hang in the balance now.
You talk about missed chances in this game. Hartford missed one in the first half, and then Legion FC missed one as well. Both of those goals could have changed the trajectory of this game. And we talked about it when it was 2-0. Legion had a chance to put it on ice and didn't do it.
Barrera trying to break. Denied there by Martinez. It fell back for Barrera, who lost it again. Prosper Kasim just into the game, working with Enzo Martinez. Kasim for Dodson. Birmingham have bodies forward. Dodson racing to the byline. His serve blocked out of play. Another corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Gideon Galena steps up, makes no mistake. Good power, but Van Oekel gets a hand to it, so he was very close, but still enough to make it 2-2.
Prosper Kasim just into the game, will serve from that corner flag. One hand punch away by Ribeiro.
He's pumped about that, telling his guys to step out, get organized, because this ball is coming right back to him.
It is lobbed forward. And was it kept alive? Not quite. Samodia couldn't keep it in play. It'll be another corner for Birmingham. Again, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Time running short. Word from down below is 3 minutes of stoppage time are coming to finish the night. See if that remains the case here after this corner. Everybody back inside the box defending for Hartford. Moritaka to provide service once again for the Legion. Been dangerous on set pieces tonight. Hartford deal with that serve. Moritaka to the top of the box. Perez tracks it down. Martinez. Dodson got ahead to it. Patterson able to bring it down. Out wide, Kasim. It is confirmed 3 minutes of added time. Kasim a serve. Kavita got a flick, but not much more. And Asiadu tracks it down. Here comes Hartford. They've got numbers to push forward. Galena out wide. Edwards not going to get there in front of Mensah. It's going to be a throw here for Hartford Athletics. So 3 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine. As both sides push for what could be a game winner here late.
It's a look of a frustrated individual right there. You had every opportunity to win this game and continue to ride the momentum that you built over the past, 3 halves of play. And now you could be staring down.
Asiadu, not a bad effort. Van Oekel saves the shot from his former teammate.
Staring down the barrel of going home with no points.
Big time stop there from MVO. We're a third of the way through our minimum of 3 added minutes. No new up to get the first header. Perez went to ground to keep it away from Asiadu. Moritaka able to turn. He wants to dribble at this Hartford defense, and he was fouled by Edwards. So, another set piece opportunity here coming for the Legion, brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. So one more chance for Birmingham to get all the big bodies forward. What could be the final goal-scoring opportunity of the night. Martinez serves early. Hartford deal with it.
It's wasteful service from Enzo Martinez, unfortunately. You expect to do better. I know it is late in the game, but you have to give your teammates an opportunity to score in that situation.
Dodson gets it right back to the feet of Prosper Kasim. Hamoda back centrally. A.J. Patterson's got some space. Does he let one go? He certainly will. It's blocked by Barrera. Perez denied! What a save from Ribeiro with the game hanging in the balance.
That's a fantastic reactionary save from Ribeiro. Absolutely fantastic. That will be on the save of the week list right there. It's deflected. Don't know where. He doesn't see a lot of it. It's just a fantastic, fantastic save.
Barrow keeps the game alive for Hartford. Perez couldn't believe it. This likely the final action of the night. Corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Tabor Itaka to the back post, headed over the top. And that is full time. 2 goals in the first half for Birmingham Legion, answered by 2 goals in the second half from Hartford Athletic. And the points are shared tonight here at Protective Stadium.
Yeah, that's a disappointing result if you're a Legion SC fan, but we talked about Coach Burke going in at halftime and telling him, look, we have the opportunity to build onto something and start to build some momentum, and you know, maybe this season playoffs are out of reach, but let's continue to build our character and build this program and build this club. And they came out and gave a very gritty, a very determined, and a very impactful second half performance.
Handshakes from the Legion players to Henna Ribeiro. His monster stop ensures Hartford walk away from Protective Stadium with a point tonight. 2-2 our final score. We'll take a timeout and wrap it up when we return.
What's up, everybody? I'm Deontay. A little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is the flavor it provides. It's seasoned to perfection. It's juicy every time. The pepper jack, it melts on top, and it gives it that little kick. Along with the zest from the chicken, it's memorable when you bite into it. Just thinking about how it's stacked up, that's what I look forward to every time. This Spicy Deluxe is fire.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
And those that see the perfect wave.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama. What a contest tonight. Birmingham Legion had all of it early. Hartford Athletic battle all the way back on short rest and on the road to earn a road points for just their second road result of the year. Former Legionnaires Thomas Fanke-Zeal and Anderson Asiadu walk away with the result here on the turf at Protective Stadium tonight. The fans start to come down to the turf as is tradition here in Birmingham. We'll take a look at the final stats. And Morgan, that first half Birmingham Legion had so much control of the match, you can't fault Hartford for the effort that they showed to fight back in the second 45.
Certainly, and a gutsy and gritty performance from Coach Park and Hartford Athletic in the second half. Disappointing result for Legion FC. They failed to jump into the top 4 and get a better chance to secure a home playoff game. And you know, Hartford are unbeaten in their last 3 now.
So Hartford finish off a 3-game and 8-day stretch with 5 points. Music to the ears of head coach Brendan Burke and Hartford Athletic. They've got one more trip on the road at Rhode Island coming up in about a week's time before 3 of the next 4 at home. As Hartford continue to chase that 8th and final playoff spot. They came into the 11th in the Eastern Conference, trying to make up some ground here the back end of this USL Championship campaign. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, they go out to California next Saturday, August 10th. That game kicks off at 9 o'clock Central Time. You can watch that match right here on My 68 or on ESPN+. Follow at BHM Legion on Twitter for live match updates. They're back at Protective Stadium on Friday, August 16th against Detroit City FC. Again, that game is Flashback Friday for the Legion. Get your tickets to that match today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. If you can't make it, you can watch it here on ESPN Plus or in Birmingham on My 68, and of course at BHM Legion on Twitter for live match updates. Birmingham Legion had 2 early goals tonight and looked to be cruising. But in the end, Hartford Athletic fight back and earn a big road result, their 4th draw that they have earned this year, and an important result for the visitors.
Certainly, and Legion FC now matched their longest unbeaten run so far this year of 3 games. The last time they did it was April 7th to April 21st of this year. So Legion FC have not gone 4 unbeaten so far this year. So going out to the West Coast to try and get 3 points is going to be tough for them.
We'll see if these 2 sides can continue their unbeaten stretches. Coming up next weekend, Birmingham to California, Hartford taking on Rhode Island, who have an unbeaten stretch of their own. But at the end of the night here tonight, points are shared. Enzo Martinez opened up the scoring for Birmingham Legion, and it looked like the Legion were off and flying after Dawson McCartney added a second. Hartford Athletic bounced back in the second half. Off the bench, Mamadou Jang made an impact. He got Hartford back in it. And then from the penalty spot, Mishi Ingalina tied the match late. It's a point apiece for Birmingham and Hartford here tonight. Thanks for watching it with us. Here from Birmingham, Alabama, from Morgan Copes and our entire crew, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long from the Magic City. We'll talk to you next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.